also back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful. It's frozen out here, but look at that sky behind me. Atlanta, Georgia. Today is December the 1st, 2022. And I'm gonna do a little bit different video today. We're just gonna do a day in the life. I've never done that before. Maybe you'd like that, maybe you don't. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, it's about 28 degrees out here. Yeah, everything's frozen over. So it is, what time is it? It's about 8:11. I woke up about 6, I don't know, 6:30 or so. Spent some time with God. Are you spending time with God and in His Word? You need to. All right, so I have 2 yards I gotta do, and I need to go to Home Depot because this right here, my sign on the trailer or banner, I need to get like a furring strip to put here on both ends, because the wind, when I drive this down, or not when I drive it, but when I go down the road, it's gonna buffet this really bad and it's gonna end up ripping it. So this is 4 feet. So I'm gonna need 8, I'm gonna need 2, maybe some 1x2s or 1x3s, just like furring strips, real thin ones. I'm gonna paint them black and then put them here so it'll almost have a little frame. Look, we had so much rain. The other day I have ice in here because I haven't driven this. It's cold out here. Oh, I did get the new GoPro Enduro battery. The upgraded ones for this camera that I'm using. So hopefully that will alleviate it'll alleviate the battery going wonky really quick. So I got to get the key. I'm gonna warm the I'm gonna take the Tundra because I got to get this water out of here. Yep. So I'll be right back. All right, so I got a piece of, what is this? It's regular PVC, a couple feet long. I'm gonna take that with some clamps, put it on the front. That way I'll be able to put my jack dolly handle in there. And then I got some screws, and I got these are 1x3s. They're 2 8-foot strips. I just had them cut them in half. And I'm gonna paint those, and that's what we'll have on the sides of the banner so it doesn't flap. So, all right, well, I'm heading back to the house. I'm still in the Home Depot parking lot, and I think it's getting colder. I made a little miscalculation. It doesn't really matter, but I don't know, for some reason I were thinking these were 4-foot sides, but they're 3. So what I'm gonna do is I had to cut these down just a little bit. So I'm gonna paint it and screw it into the wood like that. So I'll do that one here and one here, and that'll keep this banner from buffeting when it's going down the road. All right, so hopefully later on this evening, this should be dry. It's gonna be slower than normal, but that's just something we gotta work with here in the winter. All right, so it's 10:02 and I need to go do my 2 yards. So let's get that show on the road. All right. It's 10:25 and pulling out finally. Had to follow up on an estimate. I got a noise. This Chevy I don't know if you guys can hear it. That I think I've got a idler, not an idler, but a tensioner pulley starting to go bad. It's very annoying. Anyway, so here's the question for the day. What percentage of estimates are you closing? For the amount of work that you're generating, what percentage of estimates were closed? Are you running at 50%, 30%? You can do percentage, you can say like, 3 out of 5, whatever. So I'm running probably, I'm gonna say right now I'm running about 50%, which is a little too high for my liking. I like to be more around 30 or 40%, because just take this for instance. If you were to close 100% of the estimates that you gave, you are way, way, way too cheap, right? So if I go do an estimate for a yard and I tell the people I'll do your yard for $10, mow, blow, edge, trim, everything. Well, who wouldn't do that? You could go in and get every house in your neighborhood, but you can't live off of that. So yeah, you don't want 100%. You want to try to find a balance in your area, and only you know that balance. So I usually try to run about 50 or about 30 to 40%. That seems to be the sweet spot. Now, in all of my leaf customers that I am procuring that are not mowing customers, I'm going to try to convert them obviously over to, if they're close enough, convert them over to mowing customers. Because here's the thing, the leaf job that I'm going to do tomorrow, she got somebody who was doing her yard, but he don't do leaves. That's one thing. You don't want to have another landscape company servicing something that you can do. Maybe you just don't want to, but you can do. Because I've had, one time I had a person come in there, it was their birthday, and I think their ex-husband bought them a month's worth of lawn care from the guy that he was using. I ain't seen that customer since. I told her. So I don't know if the husband is paying, or the ex-husband's paying for it or what, but here's the thing. I was gonna drop that yard anyway because of the fact that I had to use a push mower on part of it, and I got rid of all my push mower clients. So yeah, that worked out fine. I didn't like the yard. I didn't like the part I had to push mow. Customer was awesome, no problem. But yeah, that's only happened once. So I try, if it's anything to do with, I really don't like doing so much mulch. I don't mind doing pine straw, but mulch and overgrown bushes and stuff, if they're too overgrown. Now, if it's actual, like a retaining wall or pavers or concrete, you can let somebody else do that. I don't do that. I am set up to do mowing service work primarily, and in the fall apparently now I'm going to be doing leaf stuff, so it's okay. So I have got to try to get my schedule full by February. That's usually when I don't have any more openings. It's weird. In December, I'll get a lot of mowing clients. Like, people know that you got to get on with somebody around here, at least, January at the latest, because almost, you know, everybody's full. And it is the weirdest thing. During the Monday through Friday, during daylight hours, on most streets, I can't go more than 60 seconds. 60 seconds without seeing another landscaper. They are all over the place here. They're, you know, and it would seem like this area is oversaturated, but there's plenty of work. Plenty of work. In the spring, I usually turn down 5 to 10 a week, and that's with my advertising turned off. I have to turn it off. There's no sense in continuing to have it. I'm not trying to, you know, grow a bunch of crews and all that. I just don't want to do that. At least not right now. So I'm very picky about the customers and the yards and all that. That I like to find stuff that's a good fit. Not so much the customers, but the yard. It's very, very hilly around here. And a lot of these new houses, they don't grade the lots with anything, well, with any mowers in mind, especially between the two houses, because the way that they grade they call them water berms, to keep the water away from the other neighbor's house. See, before, probably like my neighborhood, 2000 or so and earlier, you would have the developer come in there. They would, if they'd take out all the trees they're gonna take out all, you know, anything that's in the way of the home. And you would have people that are running these dozers, and they would grade the lots, the whole thing at once, and then you'd have the builder come in there and do the house lots. Well, now they grade the lots individually, and depending on who's running the Bobcat, they put these horrible water berms, and instead of making it smooth, they make it like this, so you can't get a mower on there. 21-inch mower maybe on the sides, but then you got to go down with a weed eater and cut the top, and try to do that with Bermuda and make it look even and nice. It's just, I've turned down so many yards because my mower can't do it. It's too wide, and I only have a 48-inch mower. So anyway, all right, so I'm going to get to the first yard, and I'm not going to show the yard because you've already seen it. Actually, both of these two yards, you've already seen it, but I may give a little clip before and after. It's just blowing leaves. So anyway, I will see you guys there. All right, that took right at an hour, and there it is. Nice and clean. Not that, well, medium amount of leaves. Most of the leaves in there now are blowing in from the neighbor's oak tree. So, all right, so I'm gonna go to the next one, and I'll see you guys then. All right, about an hour and 10 minutes. You guys remember this one? It's one where I did the big cleanup, leaf cleanup, when I had my helper. All right, so that is the 2 yards I had to do today. It's starting to get really nice. It's weird, man. Atlanta weather, be 20-something degrees in the morning and 60, 65 during the day. That's gonna make anybody catch pneumonia. All right, so I am heading back to the house. I want to see how dry my pieces of wood got, because I do need to fix that trailer, the banner. I need to get that done because I'm probably going to take it tomorrow. I'll take you guys with me. It would be the first leaf job. It's not even going to fill a fifth of it up, but I just want to work the bugs out, you know what I'm saying? So I have an estimate out for another yard job, or another leaf cleanup. Let's go this way. So I guess I'll hear back from them if they want me to do it or not. Got to go. That Chevy 350 will pull. Plus it sounds good too. So I kind of have a slight dilemma. As you can see, I'm packed full of gear. Regular cab truck, unless you got a truck box you can put stuff in. I got all my tools and some spare belts and just, you know, string and all that other stuff. So I keep telling you guys, this truck, while it's adequate, it gets the job done just fine, it's not ideal. Yeah. So most of the videos that I watch from some of you who are watching, you guys have a lot later model vehicles. This is an 89, by the way. It's got a brand new engine from GM that I put in. It's got almost 30,000 miles on it. About 494 short of 30,000 miles. Transmission's been rebuilt, the rear end's been rebuilt. Runs good. Drive shaft was balanced, new U-joints, and there's nothing else to do to it. I do need to take the dash cluster out, and I'm going to send the gauges out to there's a place here in the county that I live in that rebuilds GM clusters. My fuel gauge sometimes works and sometimes doesn't work, and my trip meter doesn't work. The odometer works fine, speedometer works fine, but they have a machine they put these gauge sets on, and a lot of times the solder on the circuit board on the back starts cracking, and this thing is 33 years old. So I'm going to get them to redo that, and then I'll use the Tundra and the box, the Leaf. I'm gonna call that the Leaf box trailer. Shouldn't take too long for them to do it. Maybe 2 or 3 days, depending on what it needs. But yes, that's it. So unfortunately, it's gonna rain. I think Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Unbelievable. And then, yeah, that's gonna mess things up bad. I still got a couple yards that I cut weekly. One of them is zoysia, and it's still green. I don't know how. The same guy that fertilizes my yard, I gave him a referral, and they do their yard, but that thing is watered every day, so it should be turning dormant soon. And then the other yard that I have is fescue, and that thing grows all year round. Plus there's a lot of leaves. I need to come back, so do that weekly. So yep, that's about where we're at on this thing. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and do some things at the house. I'll pop back on here probably a little later, let you guys see what progress I'm making on the, oh boy, there's some cops running a lot of radar. I don't know, could be, could not be. No, I was doing 50. It's all right. You're probably looking for somebody doing 60. All right. Anyway, I'll get back with you guys a little later. I just saw a guy stopped his van, and there's a huge beaver. I've never seen a beaver around here, ever. Never seen any evidences of a beaver. or beavers. But I thought it was a raccoon earlier, and it's got a massive tail on it. And the guy in his van stopped and he's gonna go get it. He probably wants that pelt. I don't know, the thing was killed this morning, and it's almost 2 o'clock. Temperature is low. Would you guys pick up the big old beaver? I mean, the thing was big. I don't know how many pounds it was, but it was big. Had a nice shiny pelt on it. All right, well, I didn't want to film that. You know how people are with animals. But anyway, I've never seen a beaver around here, and unfortunately, that one's dead. Car got him. All right. All right, so I mounted the handle that goes to the trailer dolly with these spring thing hit me right in the face. Wow, could have hit me in the eye, I guess. Look at that. That sorry sap sucker cut me right on the cheekbone. What can I say? This is the second thing I'm trying to get it to stop bleeding. Anyway. Wow. I don't even know what to say. All right, so let me put this up like this. This is just a comedy of errors today. I don't even know if you can see that. All right, so anyway, the way this is supposed to work, these things are tight. I probably could have got by with just using one of them. This thing won't stop bleeding. Anyway, I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, this thing say they only hold 5 pounds, but they hold more than 5 pounds. So there we go. I put these out here to dry in the sun. Hurts. Wow. That sucker's still bleeding. All right, well, what a better way to end the video. I'm not going to end it yet. We'll, if those things dry today, I'll try to install them right here. Something else doesn't happen. Man. That hurts. Anyway, hey, if you didn't leave a little blood on the field or skin in the game, you didn't do nothing. I don't even know what to say right now.